Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my World Cup predictions. Now, I was supposed to film this video yesterday and I was reconsidering and making a video about the events that went on in Belfast. We all know what happened, the riots that are happening. I was considering talking about that, but no, I just decided to leave it. And we're getting the predictions today, right? We are now on, I think, 460 subs. We are 40 subs away from the goal, and I think we can do it before the end of the month. We're only on the 10th. I reckon by the end of June we can hit this. Can we have 10 likes on this video? If we can, 15. If we can, 20. But yeah, you see the shirt I'm wearing, you know who I'm cheering on. But yeah. Group A. In Group A, we have Mexico, South Korea, South Africa, and Czech Republic. Now, I'm going to predict it dead last, fourth, South Africa. I think South Africa will finish last, but I don't think they'll be hopeless. Because you know what? 16 years ago, if I'm not wrong, their first World Cup game was against Mexico. And you know what? I reckon they'll get a point against the Mexicans. I reckon they'll get a point. And you know what? I'm going to go further. I reckon they'll manage to get a point against the Czech. They'll finish last, but they'll finish last with 2 points. Third, South Korea. I reckon South Korea will lose 2 games and beat the South Africans 1 or 2-0 and get third place. Now, second place, I'm going to make this quick, simple, and easy. I'm going to say Czech. I reckon they draw against South Africa, and I reckon they beat South Korea. They'll finish with 4 points. Mexico, first place with 7 points to beat South Korea and Czech, and then they'll draw against South Africa, which, yeah, they'll drop points against last, and that'll be about it. I don't know what else to say, guys. Group B. Now to Group B, I'm going to say dead last, Qatar. And you know what? I kind of feel bad because I don't think Qatar are a bad side. I feel like any other group, they can maybe salvage third place. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate again. I'm going to say they draw against Bosnia. But 1 point, they're out. For Bosnia, 2 points. I think Bosnia gets a point against Qatar. If they get a point against Switzerland, then they just finish third with 2 points. They'll not make it through to the group stage, the knockout stage. Second, Switzerland. I reckon Switzerland beats Qatar, and I'm gonna say they beat Bosnia. And you know what? I'll say it. They'll draw against Canada. 5 points for Switzerland. Second place. First, Canada. I know it's a wild take predicting Canada to top the group, but I reckon they beat Qatar, they beat Bosnia, and they got a draw against Switzerland with 7 points. Not really a hot take, to be honest. Actually, a very reasonable take. Group C. Group C is an interesting one because we got Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. And I actually kind of do think that last place is Haiti with 0 points. Sorry, Haiti, I don't think you're getting any points. But I think the rest of the group is very interesting to predict. And I'm going to say third, Scotland with 4 points. You know what? 4 points. Scotland will get 4 points. Why not? It's not an out there take to say. Scotland will say 4 points. And you know what? That gets them through the last 32. So yeah. Second, Morocco, 5 points. They'll beat Haiti. They'll beat Scotland. Sorry, no, they'll draw against Scotland. And, you know, I reckon they'll draw against the Brazilians and get second place. Top of the group, Brazil. I think this one's the easiest one. They'll draw against Morocco, they'll beat Scotland, and you know what? They'll beat Haiti and get 7 points. I think that's the easiest prediction of the video so far. Group D. When it comes to Group D, you've got USA, you've got Australia, you've got Paraguay, you've got Turkey, and some people are saying don't underestimate Paraguay. I'm gonna underestimate Paraguay. I'm gonna say they finish last with 0 points. I'm sorry, lads. I just don't see it happening for us. And you know what? I'm gonna do something very crazy. Third place Australia, 5 points. A third place team finishing with 5 points. What are we doing? I think the maximum amount of points you can get from one group, by the way, is 18, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, third place, 5 points. What am I thinking? I reckon Paraguay finishes with 0, and I reckon Australia, Turkey, and USA all get 3 points over them. And you know what? I reckon whenever Australia play USA, it's a draw. Whenever Australia play Turkey, it's a draw. When Turkey and USA play each other, guess what? It's a draw. I reckon all first to third will finish on 5 points. I reckon it happens, you know. So yeah, you heard it here first, folks. I reckon that's what's gonna happen. And you know what? I'm gonna say second Turkey. I reckon they'll score more against Paraguay. It all depends on who scored more against Paraguay. And first USA, they'll top the group. I don't know. It's a very out there take, but I'm gonna make it. Group E. Fourth place, Caracas. I can't even say the name of that country. I'm so sorry if you're from there, but I can't say the name of your country. I'm gonna say 0 points, lads. I think there will be some teams that will finish on 0 points, and I think you definitely will. Third, Ecuador. A lot of people have been saying don't underestimate Ecuador, and I hear you out. And I am gonna hear you out. I'm gonna say it. You'll win, and then you'll draw against Ivory Coast and you'll lose to Germany. I think you'll win one, draw one, and lose one. And you know what? I'm gonna say Ivory Coast is the same, but they'll finish second. They'll score more against the team in last. So I think you will go through on goal difference. So yeah, Ecuador will finish third, but will go through on goal difference. Ivory Coast will go for it second. I think Germany is gonna finish the group with 9 points. Yes, Germans finishing with 9 points. How ironic. Group F. When it comes to Group F, I'm going to predict it right now. Dead last, I'm going to say Tunisia with 0 points. Sorry, Tunisia, but I just think it's the way it's going to go. I think you'll finish last. Third, I'm going to say Japan with 3 points. I think they beat Tunisia, but yeah, that's about it. Second, I'm going to say Sweden with 6 points. They'll beat Japan, they'll beat Tunisia, and they're going through. It's controversial between Japan and Sweden right now, but I'm willing to say the Swedes have it on them. And now, top of the Group F, I'm going to say Netherlands. This was an easy group to predict right here. Group G. When it comes to Group G, we have got Belgium, Iran, Egypt, and New Zealand. And you know what? I reckon this is how the group will turn out. Fourth, Iran, 1 point. I reckon they'll draw one. Third, New Zealand, 1 point. They'll draw against Iran, but they'll concede less than Iran. Second place, I'm gonna say Egypt with 6 points because I think Mo Salah and Marmoush are a tough duo to go up against. And you know, I reckon they'll even give the Belgians a good go. But I'm gonna say now, top of the group, Belgium. I think this is a very quick one to get over. Group H. In Group H, we have Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and Cape Verde. And you know what? I'm going to have to say how I'm going to have to say it. Fourth, Cape Verde. Oh, it's not Cape Verde. It's Cabo Verde. I am so sorry. I just disrespected an entire nationality by pronouncing your countries wrong. But I reckon you'll finish last with 1 point. You'll draw against the Saudis. Third place, Saudi Arabia with 2 points. I reckon they'll get a draw against Cabo, and then they'll get a draw off Uruguay somehow. I don't know how, but they've got the Saudi Pro League. They can form a good league there. They can manage to salvage a good squad to get a point against Uruguay, I reckon. Second, I'm going to say Uruguay with 5 points. I reckon they'll take a draw off Spain. They'll take a draw off Saudi, and they'll win against Cabo. Spain first with 7 points. I think this one's basic, easy prediction. Group I. In Group I, this could be the group of death. You have France, you have Senegal, you have Norway, and then you have Iraq. But, you know, this is a tough group to predict because you have France, who are France. You have Norway, who have Haaland. They've got Odegaard. You've got Senegal, you have so many great players. This is a hard one to predict, but last place is easy. Iraq was 0 points. Sorry, lads, it's just you being put into the wrong group. Third, I'm going to say Senegal. Some people are going to be shocked by that prediction, but don't worry, lads. I reckon they'll finish with 3 or 4 points. They'll beat Iraq, and then maybe get a draw off Norway or France. They'll definitely finish with 4 points anyway. Second, I'm going to say France. Yep, I'm predicting Norway to win the group. I know it's crazy. I'm gonna say France finished second. You know what? I reckon they'll get a draw off Norway. Norway will beat. No, I reckon Norway beats them. Norway will beat them. They'll beat Iraq, and then Norway will draw against Senegal, and Senegal will draw against them and beat Iraq, and then France will beat Iraq, and will draw against Senegal. You know what? I reckon both teams 4 points. You heard it here first. Heard it here first, folks. Group J. The Group J, we have Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and Jordan. And I think Jordan finishes dead last with 0 points. And third place, I'm going to say Austria with 4 points. I'm going to say Algeria second with 4 points, and Argentina tops the group with 9 points. That is my finalized prediction right there. Although Argentina in the past have been known to slip it up and just squeak their way out of groups like 2018. But I'm going to say they top the group with max points, and Austria and Algeria will finish second and third, with both going through anyway, because 4 points, third place. So, yeah. Group K. K has Portugal, Colombia, Dr. Congo, and Uzbekistan. And I'm going to predict dead last Uzbekistan with 1 point. I reckon they'll manage to get 1 point, because I don't think they'll be completely hopeless. I think, aren't they the country that has Kusinov in it? With him in the back line, if I am thinking of the right country, they should be able to at least squeak 1 point, right? Although he's defender, and that makes no sense what I just said. I'm going to say third place Dr. Congo with 2 points. I reckon they'll get a draw against Uzbekistan and draw against Colombia. Second place Colombia with 5 points. I reckon they beat Uzbekistan, they draw against Dr. Congo, and maybe draw against Portugal. 5 points. On top of the group, Portugal with 7. I reckon they beat they draw against Colombia, beat Uzbekistan and Dr. Congo, and yeah, that's about it. Group L. In Group L, we have the mighty England. It's coming home. Let's go. It's not. I don't think it will. I think the favourites are France, Spain, Portugal. I'm gonna say it. You got England, Croatia, Panama, and Ghana, and dead last, I'm gonna say Panama with 0 points. Sorry, lads. I just don't think it's gonna be your year. And I think at third place, I'm going to say Ghana with 3. And you know what? I think they'll squeak their way through to the last 32. I'm going to say it. And you know what? Second, Croatia with 6 points. And England tops the group with 7. No, sorry, with 9. I know it should be that easy for England, but come on. The only tough game here I see is Croatia. And I think England will be just fine. You know, I think they'll top the group with 9 points. Anyway, I was going to do the knockout stage, but let's just say I don't want to make this video go over 20 minutes long. I'll tell you out of all the third place teams I do think will go through: South Korea, Scotland, Australia, Ecuador, Japan, Ghana, Austria, and Senegal. If you want me to let you know who I think is going to probably win it, I'd say either Spain, France, Portugal, and you know what? I'm gonna throw in a dark horse to go all the way to the semi-finals, but maybe not win it, but just get there. Norway. England will probably get knocked out in the quarterfinals. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're around the corner from 500 subs. Yeah. Football. Let's play football. To quote I Show Speed. I don't know. Let's end the video now.